Oh, let's see. Oh my gosh, I don't remember it. The MrPromax next. Oof, Madden 96. I had to text Mike. All right. So while I figure all of this out, because I got a new phone, let me send the one guy who has it. All right. So hopefully you guys who um, watch me on a regular will just have something to pop up. But as of right now, um, maybe I can do it this way. Maybe if I'm smart, I'll do is I'll go back, I'll search for myself. Okay, there he is. There I am. Um, Let me share. Um, Log into GroupMe. Oh my gosh, what is the point of having all this stuff back up if if it just doesn't log me back in right away? Um, don't allow. I'm doing a show, babes. It says I'm not logged into GroupMe. Clearly, I'm logged into GroupMe. Is it doing right? Anyway, I think I can still do this. So what I'll do is I hit the share button. We'll try this again. I think that worked. I think that worked. Okay. Alright, so. Okay, great. Just made this PSL. Alright. So 17. Alright. Let me. Alright. MrPromax. Jets. Panthers. PSL. Wish I can just show it. Jets. Pound. I think that's it. Alright. Okay. So. Whew. Alright, it's 10 o'clock on a Monday night. There isn't any football to compete with. I'll give you guys a few minutes, few hours to check in. So the offense looking at a second and they'll put two receivers left, two to the right. This is not me. Somebody else. Definitely want to check out. Alright, forget it. Alright, so that's that. And okay, so let's see if that worked. We'll try it again. We'll go to me, Try it again. Group me. All right. So I'll wait a few. Oh man, what a day. What a day. I guess I don't have to go through like everything one by one. It's gonna suck. I think what I should do. I guess all the settings have to be fixed. All right. So I'll just kick it off in a display text size. It's already small. Nope, I don't want any bold text. All right, all my stuff is okay. All right, here we go. Rolling, 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 rolling. Okay, my music. All right. Okay. All right, so I got some updates. So what's up, y'all? Many of you all doing your own thing. So I'm just gonna get started. This is the first show. My vantage point's a little different. I put my camera on top of my TV, in case you guys didn't notice. When I play, I kind of sit in this high chair, just so I can look down at my screen. Makes it easier for me to see the entire field, opposed to looking up like this. All right, so this is more natural for me, and I tend to play better that way. Anyway, so this is season 4, and we are into week 4 already. I'm off to a pretty good start again. I'll just look at my my team schedule just to be brief. I played the Texans week 1. I played the Bills, my nemesis, week 2. I played Pats, my nemesis, week 3. And I played my good buddy Nick in week 4. So far so good this year. I've been trying to not be a Robbie Anderson feeder. And it's worked out for me. As you can see, I'm averaging well over 24 points a game, probably somewhere around 28. I think I lead the league in points scored going into week 3, and I think I was either second or first in points allowed. I play the Bills again, probably tomorrow night, then the Bengals, then in a bye week, and then the Giants, Browns, then the Pats again. I'm actually quite surprised that while I look at these old road games away, I'm quite surprised they didn't put the Bills in the Patriots toward the end of my season. But anyway, so let's look at the regular season. What's going on with the rest of the league? So I didn't get to see this game. This was a much needed win for Buffalo. It's their first win of the season. I mean, Buffalo's a tough team. Higgins, Diggs, and Watkins. That trio is tough to deal with. Don't ask me how I do it. I'm not even quite sure myself. I just kind of just do. Um, New England. I saw the last 10 seconds of this game. Um, Dubs win over Sev. I believe it was like I think it was like a touchdown with like 10 seconds to go. Um, this game I did not see. I know BDE is killing with Bojachick. I called it out last season. That Bojachick would be huge. Here he is again, 200 yards receiving. Um, I mean, in terms of just, he's gonna go to this guy, win, lose, or draw. I haven't seen what he's doing. I may at some point look at some of the streams to see how he's getting this guy um so many what up Ford so many yards on so little catches. I know for a fact when I was throwing heavily to Robbie, I was giving maybe around this area 8, 9, 10, 11 you can catches, but never like 217. Um, like this guy's average almost 30 yards a catch. It's almost looks crazy. Um, so I probably will at some point just take a look to see what he's doing, and not that I'm totally against it or for it. I'm in the middle. I mean, if a guy's not gonna adjust, then what are you gonna do? But we know a lot of these routes are very, very good in this game. Especially the C route. We know that C route is hard to guard, especially man to man. Um, and obviously, if a guy, I mean, and not too many guys. We do have custom books. I don't use a custom offensive book, but if a guy sees man coverage, you can audible into that C route, and you're pretty much done. I know Bojack's numbers are really good. It's probably all 85 or plus in all those catch route running attributes, and he's definitely extremely, extremely fast. Um, and by the way, welcome back, Shy. I know he was away for like 2 weeks on hiatus. Um, he's already been trying to make moves. Cleveland didn't win this game. Shout out to Savage BK, who's from Ridgewood. What up? Bush Nasty is off to a good start, I believe, this year. I want to say he either has 3 wins or a 3 wins and a loss, or I know there's 2 games or 3 games above 500. Um, I have to check. Maybe I'm confusing with Kansas City, but I know Kansas City is definitely playing much better this year. I saw him pick off the Vikings about 6 or 7 times. I think last night. Um, Players playing well too. I believe he has a winning record as well. Um, Jacksonville over Ross. Ross got his beloved Colts. And shout out to Mawasa for actually swapping with him without having to really be, I think, persuaded. I think he did it under his own free will, and that's what you kind of want to do. I guess. I mean, I don't know what Mawasa's favorite team is, but I know Ross is a huge Colts fan, and so I always like to encourage guys to play with the teams they like because it makes you want to stay longer and play, even if the game gets a little mundane. Yeah, I mean, I was somewhat firing on all cylinders. Tricky could have probably went for 3, but I guess he decided that um, momentum. I guess if he felt like he had went for 3, and I went back and scored, the game would be out of reach. But he threw a pick, not 3 pick 6. He threw an interception on that goal line. I take huge pride in trying to get goal line interceptions. I believe interceptions are better than stops. Um, that takeaway is something that's super, super important. If you're going to win games, I tell my guys all the time when I play basketball. When I was younger, it was no blood, no foul. But it's it's more like, in my opinion, as I've gotten older, possessions win games. I think that's for any sport. Really, really do. Rarely in a sport does a team win who doesn't possess the ball or the object, whatever, more than the other team. Um, so we had some strong starts. The AFC, you got the Jags at 4-0. Got myself at 4-0. We got 7-3-1 who just lost. to the Pats. We got the Chiefs at 3-1, who seem to be rebounding pretty nicely from his last 2 years. They weren't that great. He had a really good start, and I think like Tricky was saying, the defense got really old really fast, and it looks like it's been a 2-year project. And which is funny to say, you're in Madden, and you figure, you just fix the team right away. No, I mean, look at this guy, 10 wins his first year, and I believe he had under 8 wins the last 2 seasons. It's a rebuilding process. You can't get all those pieces right away in 1 year. It just doesn't happen that way. You gotta, what up, Sev? Um, you kind of gotta build your team, year by year, week by week. Free agency draft. Um, I told my buddies, the Vikings and the Lions, that I'll probably never ever trade a first round pick again. Even though it was well worth it, I got Dak and he's playing well for me, but I felt like I didn't have that many missing pieces, and all the pieces that I would want to reach for in that first round were kind of gone. And then when they came back to me in the second round, the other pieces were gone as well. And I didn't really have a really good draft. It was kind of like all over the place, but I kept most of the guys. But it's whatever. The Broncos, he's been on MIA. I know Boss just had a kid and all that, so mostly I think all the games were Sims. I was talking to one of the mods earlier. I think at this point, if unfortunately, I think you're gonna have to start awarding the Broncos sim losses just so that it's even, so to speak. But he's always a welcome guy in this league. The Ravens probably should be 3-1 right now. Every dog has his day, but him and I believe Machiavelli couldn't get their internet to work and link up. Mick's a good guy, but he's throwing a ton of picks. I guess he's getting used to Cam, but I think Pooba would have edged him out in this game for sure, and he just lost to the Bills. So that's gotta suck. Sev's at 3-1. Probably would put the Ravens at 3-1 had he played his game versus G World. Not G World, excuse me, Machiavelli. Raiders fall to 2-2, but he's chasing the Chiefs right now, and I don't know when they play, but that game will probably decide more or less. Obviously they'll be tied, but I think the Raiders are probably gonna win. It's possible. I think he can win the AFC West. But the Chargers are right here too. Like I said, I think these guys are both rebounding, Chargers and Chiefs. This may be a tougher season for the Raiders than the last 2 seasons. 2-2 plus donut. Guys are silly. Like I said, the Titans are doing a good job getting Bojacek the ball. I think I told you it was either Bojacek or Jeffries for wide receiver of the year. Sev is probably not throwing as heavily to Jeffries, but BD is definitely doing that. And like I said, I don't really have a real issue with it. In real life, if a guy can't stop a guy, then you're not gonna help him out by not throwing to him. Some guys just need to adjust. And like I said, it's Madden, so there are things that kind of exploity, so to speak. And then we have the other teams, 1-3, the Bills, the Patriots. I believe these two teams will turn it around. This guy was a 9-win team, knocking on 10. This is a 12-win team last year, but the Patriots got old, and I don't know what to say about Dubs and his Patriots. It's not a bad team. I think he made a big mistake last year by not playing his rookie. Even though he collected a lot of XP points, probably could have got more in terms of development. Ross is okay. I haven't seen much. I don't know much about the Browns guy yet, so we'll see what happens. And we've got Muwasa. Welcome to the AFC East. And we've got the Steelers and Cam and the Texans. Welcome back, Shy. Let's hop over to NFC. Dubs. I was saying, Dubs used to be a really, really fierce competitor. Obviously, had 12 wins last year, but I was able to best in the last 3 or 4 games. So I'm not sure what's different about Dubs and his play style. Obviously, I think Tom Brady makes a big difference. And you know, I've gotten used to playing, and I know Ford as well, have gotten used to playing with bad quarterbacks. And so when you get an upgrade at quarterback, you probably play better. But on the other side, if you play with a really good quarterback, when you downgrade somebody who's just average, it probably shows. I mean, Brady made a lot of throws, and Dubs has a job, yes, and he works like a long shift, I think. Um, so the Panthers were 3-0. I think he opened week one versus the Falcons. That was a very good game. Mike completely dominated that game. Um, but I know Atlanta is in the midst of not really rebuilding, but I think it's he's borderline trying to win and rebuild at the same time. So that can be tough. I still expect Atlanta to have at least 10 wins. Um, I really don't think he's gonna lose too many more games. So we have Ford at 3-0. He's still riding with Cap. He's got the rookie QB. I think his defense is looking really good. 48 points surrendered. And the Bears too. Okay. Um, and Mike, of course, at 45. So that's three. I mean, that's really good defense. You've got three teams holding team under 50 points in 4 weeks. Um, so that's pretty good. The Rams at 3-1. Like I said, players playing much bigger, better. We've got the Lions at 2-1. This is a big surprise. I think this might one of them is a sim. I'm not sure. Somebody quote me. Maybe not. The Bears are 2-1. The Cowboys are 2-1, and the Giants are 2-1. So we have a really, really competitive NFC. At the moment. I know in years past, or seasons past, really, the NFC was kind of like a top heavy league. I know the AFC fluctuates a lot in terms of who's up and who's down. Um, and then we got the Cards at 2-2 at the watermark, I guess. And then Packers, Falcons, Saints, Bucks, Eagles, Redskins, Vikings, Seahawks. Seahawks and Vikings. Ooh, sorry guys. I've been up since like 5:30, so excuse me. Vikings at 0-4, surprising. I know he just cut AP. Um, he's probably gonna rebuild this year. He's not playing that well. He threw 7 picks against the Chiefs. Um, I told him I believe, in my opinion, he's got a lack of speed at wideout. I mean, he's got some really good possession guys, but sometimes with all the hands in the world, you need a guy who can just kind of like break free, make the defense want to give you some space up top, and then let you work underneath with those possession guys. Um, uh, he hate cut AP, hate cut. Um, I don't know. I think he did to free up some cap space, and I also think that he said AP was no longer effective for him. I probably wouldn't have cut AP. Actually, I take that back. I may have cut an AP and then re-signed them right away. Um, but I probably also would have kept him as a short yardage back. Um, so I don't know. And he went to the Rams. I mean, he's not in the division, but he's still in the NFC. So what are you gonna do? So there you have it. Let's hop into let's go to play of the week. I know Bojicek probably got him like the last couple of games. I always look for awards in news, but it's in stats. It's kind of like a weird place for it. So there we go. We got Bojicek at week 2. Look at that, 6 receptions for 235, and literally 40 yards a catch. I mean, 39 yards a catch. I mean, what are you gonna do? Um, so, and then we've got Higgins in week 2 versus me, I believe. This guy's an animal. My corners aren't bad corners. Everybody knows my corners are decent, way decent. But Higgins just made child's play out of my corner and my safety on 2 touchdowns, 2 bombs at that. It wasn't even like it was a catch and run. He just mossed them both. And Giovanni Bernard. What's that? 2 touchdowns, a reception. Now, I don't know how he's a player there. 173. I don't know. Maybe Bojicek only had 1 touchdown in that game. And his Odell. Ryan Shazier already paying off dividends for Mike. And Walker. I don't know who this guy is. Probably a rookie or something. like I said, like I told the guys, I would not have traded Ryan Shazier. Um, Speed is a commodity in Madden that you cannot underlook. Just look at the Falcons roster. He's got 4 guys or 5 guys, 90 speed receivers. Um, you're not gonna find a single team in this league that has 90 speed corners 1 through 5 or 1 through 4. And even if they do have it, they don't. All of them don't have the coverage skills. Um, Speed is a commodity you just can't afford to lose. And that 90 speed at linebacker is unreal. And speed isn't everything. Don't get me wrong. Speed isn't everything, but Ford is probably from that wheelhouse, that early 2000, even late 90s Madden, where speed was like the king. The faster the guy, the better you thought he was. Um, but not so much this year. But obviously, it still makes a big difference. Obviously, I mean, if you guys haven't seen Bojicic's numbers, I mean, we'll get to that in a second. But he's I think he's like 93 or 92 speed. Um, let's check out the NFL stats. We like to look at the stats. Let's go by division. I know we can stay here. So he's already out in front with Matt Mariota. A much better year. I mean, still 9 picks through 3 or 4 games. Definitely on pace for about 36 interceptions. No, something like that. That's 10-4 maybe. I don't know. My math is not great, but I think he's probably on pace for 30 plus interceptions. Teddy Bridges throwing 18 and in 4 games, which isn't great at all. Literally 4 picks a game, 4.1 picks a game or 4.25, something like that. That's ginormous. Um, and so Patton is a good quarterback. I saw him play against the. I liked the way he looked, 6'5" to 25. Here I am again with Prescott. That 70 passer rating, completion rate. This is more CPU and Big Ben, but I'm really trying to I'm trying to be more conscientious this year of where I'm putting the ball. Um, it's paid out. It's paid out. I mean, I've got 5 picks. Maybe 2 of them are like fluky. Um, and I have some misreads. But he's definitely slinging a rock. 128 attempts, and he's not even leader in attempts. Here we go. The Chargers and Teddy Bridge. Obviously, if you're losing games, you're going to be throwing a lot. I believe he's 3-1 or 2-2. Garoppolo, 122 yards per game. And some of these stats are a little skewed because some guys have played 3 games. Some guys have played 4 games. And I don't know who this guy is. I don't know. Did somebody I have to see if there's somebody played this guy. Wow. That's interesting. I don't know who drafted for the Texans, but they have a starting QB instead of a rookie QB. I mean, I guess if you're in the market for a QB, here's a guy for you. But at this point in the game, I think if most guys are pretty set at quarterback. And we saw a record number of quarterbacks go off the board this year in this draft. This is one that's played. Here's 2. Here's a 3rd, a 4th, a 5th, a 6th. So we got 6 starting rookie QBs this year. And I don't think this guy is starting from the Texans, but I think he's played a game. Had a really good game. So let's look at these QB ratings. I mean, wow. I guess he must have had a good game versus versus Buffalo. He hasn't thrown that many picks. I don't know if I picked him off in the game he played. I don't recall. So 110, 107, 105. Like I said, the Rams are playing much better this year. Here we are, 104, Patton at 103, and Mariota at 102. Even though he's force feeding Bojicic. But you know what? Also, I mean, if you're gonna play some of these guys, just take a look at these sack numbers: 11 sacks, 9 sacks, 11 sacks, 16 sacks. So I mean, either one or two things that happen. Even these guys are O-line are failing them, or these guys are staring down routes. These guys are looking for guys to get open, and and sacks usually happen when that's what you're doing when you're staring down a route or two. Wentz at 14, Stafford at 13, Hayward at 10, 11, 14. I mean, I want to see. Let me see touchdowns to sacks if I can see. 16, 11, 8, 9. I mean, I know what kind of comparison I want to make. But look, he hasn't been sacked that much though. He's thrown 18 picks. Cam sack. I don't know. So I don't know. There's no real correlation between interceptions thrown and sacks. There's probably a bigger correlation between passes thrown and sacks. No, because Cam only thrown 80 passes. He sacked 13 times. That's a lot, man. But I mean, okay, there's a small correlation between that. All right. So, well, we're on pace. Some of these guys on pace for like 60. I mean, double digits in week 4 is wild. So let's go to rushing. I am definitely toting the rock this year. I believe. Yeah. Okay. I'm definitely moving the rock this year. Not as pass happy as I was last year. And I'm just doing my thing, I guess, more or less. 124 hours for Freeman. I think I think he needs to play one more game. I think he's only at 3 games. This Jack at 107. Jimmy Hill at 100. So there's only 3 backs right now, averaging over 100 yards a game. I mean, like I said, it's a pass happy league. It's just the way it is. I don't. There's never a like a huge number of backs with 1,000, 1,200, 1,300 yards. And look at the Lions reviving Doug Martin's career. Like I tell you guys all the time, 66 yards a game is 1,000 yards. Tevin Coleman, Ezekiel Elliott off to a slow start this year. Wow. Ace Edens, Guilford Bolger. This is rookie of the year. I mean, not running bad, but probably needs to run some more. 11 broken tackles already. Rookie Denton, Nick Worrell, rookie. Let me take a look at this guy. It's not a bad back. It's definitely a trucking back. Won't get too many big runs, but you gotta have pace with it. Oh, listen, like I said, speed isn't everything. I find in some guys that a slower back is actually a little better. A guy with slower acceleration, only because I feel like he won't outrun the lineman. And obviously, this is probably much faster acceleration than the lineman, but in some cases, it actually benefits some players. Who's another back? Bold's another back that's not fast acceleration. Yeah. But look at the difference. So I'm just gonna give you guys a heads up. But look at the difference. This guy's 24, 2 years pro, and look at the Raiders running back. He's already 24 and he's a rookie. I mean, yeah, like I said, slow backs. I mean, we'll look at who's the other one? Coleman. I mean, Doug Martin, 83 speed, 82 acceleration. He's using them. We'll look at Hill, 87. That's not bad. I think 90 acceleration makes a big difference. I think the 90 acceleration makes a huge difference. Of the backs, I might have the fastest back. No, this guy's definitely faster. Freeman, and he's quick dev. 27. 25, and this is my back right here. My back is a fast power back. I don't know if that's the only way I can describe him. He doesn't even have the stiff arm, just trucking. Um, so let's go to everybody's favorite topic, receiving. Wow. So I noticed this the other day, the Cards are thrown to this tight end crazy. The Vikings to the tight end. Who's got Humphreys? This might be Muwasa thrown to this tight end. So a lot of tight ends getting a lot of receptions. Here's Bojicek with 24 receptions, not even leading the league in receptions. Um, but he's already got 6 touchdowns in 4 weeks. He's on pace to maybe like, I don't know. Well, I would say more than 60, maybe like 24 touchdowns, maybe, give or take. Uh, right now he's averaging like 1.25 touchdowns a game. Um, and nobody's really. Oh, here's Margarito Higgins. He's probably gonna pace for 16 plus touchdowns easily. Conley's definitely gonna probably get 16. And so those are receptions. But a lot of guys don't to their guys. Look at this, 20. Look at all these guys with 20 targets. I mean, 20 receptions, really. There's no target numbers. But by and far, look at this guy. This guy is out in front. Unless you have like a 300-yard receiving game, you're not catching Bojicek. I don't think so. Unless he gets broken or whatever. And we'll look at his numbers. I said we would, right? Look at this: 92 speed, 94 route, 90 catch, 90 acceleration, 90 catch at 92. Like, it's all 90s. And he's only 22. He's got 1 year in the league already. Release is 93. So who's pressing him? Probably no one. Maybe Patrick Peterson, maybe. I mean, this is a big play receiver too, but he's no he's not bad either. Allen Robinson is not bad. Wow, I didn't know he was that good. Higgins is another beast. Not as developed as Bojicek already, which is weird, right? That's 83 overall. Bojicek's gotta be 85, 88. Wow. Bojicek, you got Bojicek up there. Conley, resurgence of Chris Conley, who I liked. I believe I contacted him season 1 on getting Conley. Conley's just an absolute freak. I guess if he was winning more, he'd be more progressed, but still a solid receiver. 97 jumping, like, who doesn't like that? I think Margarito Higgins has. Hey, what up, yo? I think Margarito has 97 jump too. Oh, 92 jump. Okay. Petaway, another beast. I've seen him torch. I think he toasted the Lions week 1. No, it wasn't week 1. He killed somebody. It might have been the Vikings. Whoa, he was injured. Holy moly. Wow. I did not know this. This guy's going on to be a good receiver too, man. But wow. Keenan Allen. So these guys are really tossing the rock, man. Here we go with my man Robbie. Slow year for my man Robbie. I just been doing like I said, a much better job trying to distribute. And as you can see, even though I am distributing the ball, Robbie is still this is my next receiver. It's still my best receiver. I mean, like I tell everyone, let me check out this rack in a second. I think Bojicek is probably and it's the rack. His rack is look at this, almost 100 yards in rack. That's probably the difference. Take away these rack yards, and he's right back down to maybe half, 300, 700. Yeah, he's maybe sitting around 400 yards receiving without the rack. But even like you guys don't get it confused, man. Everybody has a go-to player. I think the really good players, the better players in the league, know when to go to their go-to players. First downs, or critical third downs, or any down that you consider critical. Don't be afraid to throw to that guy in that situation. I wouldn't, say do it every time, but look at this guy's rack. McLeod again. Hey, Gordon. Gurley. What is it, screen passes, maybe? Guys coming out the backfield. Like I said, don't be afraid to go to your number one. I mean, he's your number one for a reason. So look at this run after catch. Okay, this is right. 85. John Brown, Botek 81, McIver 80, Coates, Jeffries. Jeffries is off to a slow start too. Only one touchdown. I always look at the touchdowns. So Higgins 5, Conley 4, Fowler 4, Petway 4, Perriman 4, Waller 3, Humphreys 3. So this is like, I look at even Hopkins off to a slow start. Robinson, J.J. Nelson, Harvey Bell. Let's check out. I can never understand. I wish I understood blocking, but I don't. I definitely don't. So check out that defense. We'll just go to solo tackles. I think that's probably a more accurate number. Clayton Fedjelalem out of Norway. Jalen Ramsey. I don't know if your corners leading your team in tackles is a good stat or a bad stat. It probably means either one or two things. Either you're letting guys throw on you, or the team you're playing is probably down and they're forced to throw. So that's that. Tackles for loss, and I think let's go by division, because I think, see, look, this guy's already missing. See, for whatever reason the game doesn't do this right. So let's go tackle for loss. Oh, look at this: Alden Smith, Robert Richard, Randy Gregory, Justice Reese. This guy's pretty good too. I think he picked him up in free agency, I want to say. Not a bad looking player at all. So Clowney with 6.5 sacks, Brannigan with 6 sacks, and Fee with 5.5. My man Sheldon with 5, Lacasse with 4, and like I said, I think the Chiefs defense is back. It's a much better defense, I think. I know his corner Overstreet had a pick against the Vikings. I really wish I could watch more of those games, but it's like it's a lot of games to watch. I'd have no life. So here we are. So I mean, so look at that. I mean, the Bucks has tackled. I mean, the Bucks and the in the NFC, the leading tacklers are linebackers, and then here we go, another corner. Then we have an end, and then linebacker. I feel like the AFC was more corner. Yeah, a lot more corners and safeties making plays. So I don't know what that's attested to. We'll go to sacks. Not that many sacks. Aaron Donald, 4 sacks. DeMarcus Lawrence, 3. Holmes, 3. So 7 sacks already. Griffin's still balling for this guy. Kaleko. And then a whole bunch of 2.5s and 2s. So did I do intos? I didn't do interceptions in AFC. Well, I'll hop back to it. Ed Carney. Let me look at this guy's numbers. I mean, I think he played the Vikings, so a lot of this probably could have been in one game. Let's see if I can see season stats. So this is a game he had 2, a game he had 3, a game he had 2. All right, so he's got 2 games. I mean, 3 games and multiple picks. So he's out doing his thing. Ed Carney. No, we're still here. And Intel. So he's definitely on pace to. Looks like he's on pace to break my record from last year. He's got 7 through 4 games. I believe I had 16 in 16 games. So he's ahead of pace. Joe Walker, this means. This is a user. This is a decent linebacker. He's obviously, if you're using a linebacker, you don't really need awareness and play rec, but it helps. Acceleration is really nice. 84, 85 speed, 84 tackle. 39 hit power. And his stamina is at 88, which is good. I mean, you want a guy that can stay out there for you, especially if you're using him. Can you imagine if you used a guy and he's subbed out? Demarius Randall's up to his old tricks again with 4 picks. Hot Clinton Dix with 3. Darby with 3. Shazier with 3 already. Bowman with 3. Hayden 3. 6 picks in the middle. PP, Arizona, if you're listening, send him. Send me Patrick Peterson. He's still good. He's probably gonna go down to like 88 speed by next year, which really sucks. I mean, what are you gonna do? We talk about that all the time. Really can't see who's really leading in terms of rookies. There's a rookie with 2 picks. Any rookies with tackles? There's a rookie with tackle. Okay, so this is probably looking like he's got a sack. Looking like defensive rookie of the year at the moment. In terms of picks, I've got 4. Okay, I've got 4 of my man Holloway, my first round pick from 2 seasons ago. Peters, Douglas, Murray. Here's Murray with 4 here. Peters with 4. Overstreet with 3 as a rookie. And he's got quick dev. Alright, so this is not a bad rookie. His numbers are very similar to Peters, I believe, in terms of physical attributes. Yeah. Peters is a beast, by the way. And his safety, again, up to his old tricks. And I'm surprised. Not more middle linebackers here. I don't really have that many this year. I'm not sure if this is Ross, maybe Muwasa. I think maybe Muwasa. Still a good, decent linebacker. And so this rookie, it looks like that rookie is on pace to be rookie of the year. Yeah, there's nobody. I see there's no middle linebacker. Look, I'm looking for tackles. Here we go. Trey Dial. No sacks, no picks. It's looking like it'll probably be at this rate if the Titans don't get that guy more snaps and more plays. It's looking like it's gonna be Overstreet. Yeah. 2 TDs for my guy. Kevin Pryor with a touchdown. Just sliding on through. Anything else you guys want to look at? I think I've covered most of it. I mean, it's early in the season, so there's no there's no awards showing up right now. So it's pretty bone dry at the moment. Nothing else really. Well, let's take a look quick at team stats. NFL and offense. I think the Jags are in total offense. The Jags are 1. Yeah, Titans are 2. Cardinals 3. I'm 4. Top 5. Look at Chiefs in total offense. And I mean, Jags doing it both ways, man. He's throwing for 1,200 yards. He's running for 400. Passing touchdown, rushing touchdowns, first downs. Let's see. Yeah. All right. I mean, it's still a long way to go, but so I'm second in rushing touchdowns, but I think I'm way down in passing touchdowns. Oh, not that far down. Chargers. Here we go. Top 5 passing teams. I guess touchdown wise, we got Titans, we got Bills, we got Ravens, we got Colts, we got Chiefs. There's a lot of AFC teams. Like I said, the AFC seems to be a lot more pass happy with those big name receivers. If I can just compare the NFC. So yeah, not a single double-digit touchdown guy in terms of any category. I don't think rushing or receiving. I'm just look at defense really quickly, and then I think that's about it. Dolphins with that #1 total defense. He's only played 3 games, so maybe that's part of it. Um, I am feeling like I am giving up a lot more passing yards this season. I'm not sure why. Um, I'm 5th, but I still feel like I'm giving up a ton. And then run defense, I'm not giving up that much. Texans, Dolphins, another. Oh, we're in the AFC. Okay, so let me just do this. Oh my gosh. So the Seahawks are giving up anything, but he's only played 3 games. He's played 4 games. So as of now, the Rams have the best rushing defense of the league. He's played 4 games. He's given up 132 yards on the ground. He's also got 14 sacks. It's a lot. In terms of passing, Mike isn't getting up anything. He's only giving up 400 yards passing. Hey, what? Alright, thanks, man. Like I said, I feel like I'm giving up a lot more. Look at me. I'm way. I'm giving up a lot more. But I mean, teams are throwing a lot more against me. I guess because I'm up a little bit early in these games this year. It's impossible to shut down everybody and everything and everyone. So I mean, try as I may. I think that's just overall standings and just not in terms of defense. Okay. So rushing yards, like I said, Mike isn't giving up much. Neither is Ford. Play of the Bears. The NFC is not letting you run, but they're letting you throw. And no, they're not letting you throw either. So it seems like the NFC has a much better defense this year. In terms of just numbers, I guess the AFC is the West Coast, and just tossing it, and NFC is really not giving up anything. So points allowed, 37. I mean, he's got one more game to play though, so I mean he can probably keep that at say he just gives up seven points, that'll still put him top 10, top 5, even top 3. The Bears. If you're giving up, he's got one game to play as well. I've played 4 games. I'm not giving up a lot of points this year. So I played my 4th game, and so at this point I have the best. I think points allowed to points scored differential. I haven't looked at it really. 16 sacks. We know Clowney's killing with the sacks. So pretty surprised with the Rams. Resurgence in NFC West. I don't know when the Niners and Rams play, but that should be interesting. I always felt like Player was a decent to good Madden player. So the last 2 or 3 seasons of him not really winning was kind of surprising. And so here he's back. I've got 12. The Browns have 10. Titans have 10, Ravens have 10, Pats have 10, Jags have 10, Raiders have 10, and Dolphins have 10. So those are your teams with double-digit sacks. Fumbles are really weird. I just think the mechanics in Madden don't allow guys to recover fumbles. Like I don't know how many times I've got like a strip sack and then my guy is celebrating the strip sack. I would much rather him get the strip sack and then kind of look for the ball if he knows he got the strip sack and trying to make a play on it, instead of him going like this, and, for the ball, so waste, and then his alignment recovers. Takeaways are the number one thing. I don't know why they're the dumb thing, but takeaways are the most important thing for me in this game when I'm playing. When I see an opportunity to take away the ball, and it doesn't happen, that's when I get the most upset with the game. Fumbles, look at the Colts, Lane Wood. Steelers still Lane Wood. Lions, very surprised with this one too. And Chargers, Rams, and Jets, and then a host of teams with 2 fumbles. The intros, we'll see. I think if you've played the Vikings, you're probably up here. So Chiefs have played the Vikings. I know the Rams have played the Vikings. The Falcons got 10 takeaways. So just to reiterate what I said earlier in the show. I know the Falcons in the terms of like they got rid of Julio, so he's probably looking for another big body able receiver. Um, so he's in the midst of rebuilding his offense and trying to win games. As you can see, he has ten takeaways. Um, so I don't expect him to have a losing record. I'm gonna say he's gonna get at least 10 wins. Um, we got the Rams with 12 to go along with his 14, so that's really nice. I've got 13 and 12. The Niners don't have as many sacks, but he's really usually up there with the sack numbers. So I expect that to change as well. The Chiefs have 16, and he has 14 interceptions. Um, I'm really good turnover. We already know who's leading in turnovers. Fumbles lost, 3 intos, 18 giveaways. So the differential, 13-13. 9. So these guys are off to a really good start in terms of takeaway. I've thrown 5 picks. The Rams only thrown 4. And obviously the usual stuff. Fumbles lost, so takeaways 15. So I'm really not surprised the teams were winning. I mean, maybe so the Eagles. I think. Well, let me arrange this and then I'll scroll up. So there's only 3. It looks like there's only 3 or 4 teams with double-digit takeaways that have losing records. The rest of the teams are all winning their games. So that is it. I don't think I have much more to look at. Like I said, it's still really early in the season. There aren't too much stuff going on. I believe that. Well, I'll take a look at some trades really quickly. Lions with Stephen Hargrove to free safety. Packers re-sign Aaron Rodgers. I really wish to tell you what was edited, and it probably make life a little easier. But the trades. Vikings trade for Latavius Murray earlier, and Cardinals and Bengals make a host of trade. He sent the corner and a wideout to the Cards. So Falcons trade this guy to the Raiders. So the Falcons, I don't think he can acquire any more picks. I think he might be done in terms of picks. But like I said, I think he's definitely gearing up to get some really good pieces to help him out. And that's what you kind of got to do. I mean, if a guy, there's some of these trades I don't really agree with, but that's from a personal standpoint. So, I mean, Ricardo Allen and Julio Jones, they're both probably, maybe not Ricardo Allen so much, but Julio is going to be 30, and so he's definitely not getting any faster. I don't think a first round should have been involved in this trade, but if guys want to do that, then whatever, But I'm super competitive when I play. I'd much rather go without a player than give up a first round pick. It's just personal to me. Guys are gonna do what they want to do. We'll look. Julio's still a beast. Don't get me wrong. We'll just go look at Julio quickly, and Ricardo Allen, which is probably what's Falcons? So, not Falcon. He's a Saint. And then the interdivision, trades. I'd never trade with the Patriots or the Bills or the Dolphins. I just wouldn't do it. So here you go. You got Julio at 89 speed. I don't think that's worth the first. The catch and the route are still really good, but Julio is known or was known as a downfield threat. You're not doing this. Essentially you have you had the same guy like 3 times already. Here you go, Michael Thomas, Jabari Strickland, Devontae Adams. You know, you've got 4 guys in that same, and they're not even faster than him. You know, so I mean, they're faster than Julio. The only difference are the hands and the route running and the release. But you know, I'd rather spend money in Devontae Adams 26 than Julio's 30. But Julio's superstar still, right? Yeah, but you can't do nothing for his speed. So he's 30. Ricardo Allen, down. Ricardo Allen is 27. So I mean, he's got like another year or two. Still a really good looking player. But the Julio was a head scratcher for me. Especially given everybody knows that guys are gonna get slower. Um, and what's the lifespan of this Madden League? Maybe another 3 seasons. Maybe we're in year 4. It's only January. We're moving at maybe like every 5 weeks. We're going into a new season. Let's say every 6 weeks. So every 3 months we're doing 2 seasons. So we're in January. This is year 4. So I expect beginning of year 6 to start somewhere at the end of March, give or take, right? The end of March, year 6. And then I think most of us still play. I think most of us play till maybe about May or June. So you're talking like another 2 seasons maybe. So literally, I'm assuming from this point on, we'll probably play 4 more seasons. If you get a rookie right now in this draft, or this upcoming draft, he'll be pretty solid for year 3 in your last season and maybe a 4th season. So there's still some value, but at this point, it's like a toss up. Julio will be done, and for a guy playing in the division with Mike and T Dubs, just not in my opinion. And listen, if he's playing for fun, he's having a good time, he likes those guys, that's cool. But literally, look at this. I mean, he's got a dire need for corner. At least a corner with some speed. And I think he tried to address it, but So anyway, that's all I have for tonight. I appreciate you guys watching. The 3 of you, the 5 of you. I did a spur of the moment. I won't be here this weekend, so I figured I'd do something. Maybe do something again Thursday night, maybe Friday morning, before I get out of here, and I'll be back Sunday night. So Sev, I know I play you. I think we roll around Thursday. So Thursday night I'm free to play my game. Friday morning I'm free to play my game. So that's all I really have in terms to play that game. I think I'm on a bye. Luckily I'm on a bye after that. And so anyway, that's all I have. Good night, guys. It's always a pleasure. Ford, Cub, Sev, maybe Nick and whoever else is watching. I wish I could see. Yeah, that's it, man. I'm out of here. Gino and Glennon. All right, that's all she wrote. Peace out. I definitely gotta get like an outro, man. I need an outro so bad.